Hey guys, and welcome to Monster Party 10. Can't believe I've done 10 of these. But, in any case, this time around we're going to go with an elemental theme. I mean, as always, you guys could see the title, so I'm sure you guys can read and understand who's going to be in the party and all that, but I'm going to pretend you don't, and just go on and say, we're going to only pick up recruits that are in at least some way elemental. At least 3 of the 4 are strongly elemental, but our first one is a little less so, but I think he counts. We have our Powie, Yowie, the Sloth. Now, the Sloth is an interesting guy. He's got pretty well-rounded stats, but he's also got really good, I wouldn't say really good, very fair HP. He's got a good survivalist type of, stat layout, I guess you could say. He can basically, he has good resistances. He's outright immune to ice, but no resistances to fire breath. Has some general other resistances that keep him in the game. So honestly, he's not too bad. And today he's gonna try to solo Faux Dowager. Now things can go a little bit wrong here because it is still a little luck based. But luckily, I picked up a Pack-a-Punch from the TNT board's shop. So that's really what you need in order to get through this one. But anyway, why don't we take a look at his abilities here. He has both War Cry, Cool Breath, Sweet Breath. He could put enemies to sleep, which is going to be handy down the line. Muster Strength, semi-useful. I mean, we've seen Cross-Eye use it for a while when he had to be the attacker. Luckily, Powie Yowie won't need to be the attacker for too long. We'll be picking up somebody real soon that uses his same weapon type, and as I usually do, I will be doing a no recruit is allowed to use the same weapon as anyone else. So, but yeah, he also has Crackle, but it's weird. Look, he only has 10 MP, and when he learned Crackle, he didn't have MP at all, so it was kind of weird. He does gain actually a decent amount of MP, so he could probably use some of his spells, but generally, he's a weird mixed bag. I'm looking forward to see how he grows, but anyway, why don't we go over our item setup. So, he has the Greenham Whip. I had to get it for him in order to get through this fight. Leather Kilt is the best armor he can get at this time, at least to my knowledge. Iron Shield is pretty useful, and it actually may end up being his best shield, because the next shield that he can get only covers ice-based attacks. At least this one covers fire slightly, and it does help a little bit with this fight. Not a lot, just that little bit. I think it only takes like 5 fire off, but it's 5 less fire damage than you could have had, so. And then he also has the Iron Helmet as well. I threw the crude image on him because I think he needs all the luck he can get. It's not that it's going to affect anything because he's using a whip, but maybe it'll help his drop rate? I was speculating in Monster Party 9 if luck helps with that. But he also does need the edged boomerang, because when the summons come, you want to keep being able to attack Faux Dowager. But you also want to knock out her summons, so that's where that's going to come in. And the rest of the inventory is medicinal herbs and 1 Pack-a-Punch, as mentioned before. Because, again, he's going to need it. You need that extra boost. And I kind of wish I realized that you can get the Pack-a-Punch earlier on when I started these monster parties, because they would have helped a lot with the early game. In any case, that's it for item setup. Why don't we go ahead and start the fight. So, go ahead, monsters. You may notice monsters is a higher level. That's because we're going to need them to be higher level for recruiting later. Now, the truth is out! For Faux Dowager time! Alright, first things first, show off that stone, hero. You deserve to. And we're going to Pack-a-Punch immediately right after with Sloth. Okay, good, there we go. Monsters is down, and we don't have to do anything here, so we're just going to attack. Ow. Well, we're going to attack. That's all we're going to do. We're going to try to rush this. Oh, fuck. Well, she could do 80. I'm going to bank on she doesn't. Let's risk it. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Now we're going to switch to the edged boomerang. Luckily, the others can't really hurt me too much. Ah, fuck. We may be screwed here. Okay. 2 HP. Can you do it? Please don't miss. Okay. Yeah, I cut it a little close there. I probably should have healed at some points there, but generally the rushdown strat has been the best I could do since you really can't out heal her. So the next best thing to do is to just out damage her. And it worked, mostly. Uh, yeah. If you're worried, you could always level up a little bit more, and Sloth would probably be a little bit better off. More HP makes you survive better. It's just simple enough. And actually, that should be kind of brain dead knowledge, but you'd be surprised. But all right. Next up, we will be picking up our Flamethrower friend, our only fire party member, and taking on the Magmen. I'll see you there. Okay, guys, we're here at the Magmen fight. We picked up our new party member, Flambe. They are a flamethrower, and although they're only level 6, they actually got pretty good stats. Let's compare real quick. Like, as you can see, Sloth is pretty well-rounded for the most part, with a little more HP and resilience than normal, while Flambe is not very far off. Flambe has less resilience, less luck, less wisdom, and less HP and MP, but he doesn't need MP, it's okay. Or she. Actually, I don't know what her gender is yet, but what their gender is yet. So we'll find out as we go. But for now, because they have just that slightly higher strength than Sloth, I decided to give them the Gringham Whip instead. And also because Sloth has another option for attacking at least. So it kind of works out. But yeah, Flambe is pretty good. They get all the flame breaths up to, I think it's Inferno they get up to, if I remember right. But we'll see. In any case, though, yeah, they're going to be our main attacker, while Sloth here is going to be the tank, and, well, they're going to be casting Crackle, because they finally got more MP, and they can do that now, and Crackle is effective, very effective against the Magmen, so why not? As you may see in the upper left corner, though, they do have the exact same equipment setup, which is also why we only have one Gringham Whip, because as mentioned last time, I only allow one type of weapon per party when it comes to these challenge runs. Otherwise, I could just get a bunch of people holding Gringham Whips after spending way too much time in the casino, and it's just like, no, let's not do that. Alright, for our item setup, they both have the exact same armor setup layout, Iron Shield, which will help with some of the fire breath, Cloak of Evasion for some of the physical damage, and Iron Helmet for just defense. Sloth has the Edge Boomerang, but won't be using it because Crackle's going to do better damage. But it is good for fights where you're not going to be using Crackle, so. And Medicinal Herb just in case, but we won't need it. Packs a Punch, same thing. And the Rock Bomb Shards I was toying with, but we don't run out of MP, so you're better off using Crackle anyway. And here's Flambe, again, same armor layout, a Gringham Whip, and a Packs a Punch that will be useful. So, very simple, very easy here. And you may notice that the hero's alive in the wagon. That's because they need to be a higher level to recruit our last party member. So that's why they're just going to stay in the wagon and just simply not participate. But with that all said, why don't we go ahead and get started against the Magmen. This fight's going to be pretty easy, all things considered, thanks to both of them having good area of effect damage, and Flambe having the fire resistance, not immunity, sadly enough. Like, you know, Sloth has ice immunity, while Flambe has fire resistance. That's it, resistance. Anyway, boss time! Sorry, I was a little late on that. Sloth has the HP to tank things, though, too. So anyway, he's going to Crackle, and Flambe's going to Packs a Punch. The Packs a Punch is just so that we can get the first enemy on the left dead sooner, so we don't have to tank more than we have to. So, Crackle and attack. But yeah, that does very suitable damage there. Now, Sloth, of course, would be doing better damage with the Gringham Whip, but then Flambe would be underperforming, so it's better to kind of like, you know, mix and match to the best of your abilities. Alright, fire. As you can see, it's only 17 damage to the Flambe. And with Sloth's HP, it worked out well, too. Alright, one's down. Ouchies. Yeah, it does get a little close, but you know, Flambe when they are exact level of Sloth, like Sloth is, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be better than them. But anyway, that's it for the Magmen. Nice and easy. It's kind of nice to get those moments where things are nice and easy again. I mean, don't get me wrong, Metal Slime was mostly easy, but it was a little bit more tedious since you had to wait for him to go one by one. But that's it for the Magmen. Next time I see you, I think is the Rite of Passage, if I remember right. That should be interesting. I'll see you there. Okay, guys, we're here at the Rite of Passage, and, well, I may have overleveled a little. Yeah, I got caught into a point where I was leveling up on Metal Babbles, and, well, I kept being able to kill them, and I was like, well, I may as well keep going until the musk wears off, and, well, it kept happening. I was also trying to get Flambe's levels up a little bit higher, because, you know, level 6 seems a little low, but I didn't realize Sloth levels up really fast. Like, holy crap fast. So, that said, even with our levels, this is still going to be a semi-challenging fight. I had to secure things with my Yig leaves, not dews, excuse me. So, to make sure we could stay around. But anyway, here's our stats right now. Despite Sloth actually leveling up fast, you can see the stats here are still just well-rounded. They're not extremely good, and Sloth maxes out at 40. They both do. So yeah, unless we get up some big stat ups, they're just going to be pretty average for the majority of this playthrough. So, 85 strength, 86 agility, those are not too bad. You know, resilience is fair, everything's just okay. But they did learn some great skills. Freezing Blizzard for some free ice area of effect, and Crackle. So you can get some spell damage out there, which is going to be their Sloth's main attack probably during this fight. So, there you go. And if they run out, then they have Freezing Blizzard to fall on, which is only a little less damage. And as for Flambe is starting to branch out a little bit more. They already have better strength. They don't have as good agility, but they're also getting some HP at least. Resilience is on the poor side. Wisdom doesn't matter. Luck is on the low side too. And even though the crude image is helping Sloth, it still wouldn't matter as much. But they got the high strength, so they got kind of a Mudraker feel going for them, where they, except, you know, not as high HP. But still, you know, okay. I mean, the agility at least is up there too. It's not like super low, it's just, you know, okay. And they learned Flame Breath, but that's not really going to be important. Let's go over the items now. We did get some new stuff. I switched Sloth on into the Morningstar because that's the next best weapon that it could get for the time being, since the Gringham Whip is on Flambe. Flowing Dress we got for free while we were climbing up Gotha's cave system. I was going to call it Gotha Heights, but I don't think that's the right words. And the Flowing Dress is the better defense for them right now. Iron Shield and Iron Helmet are still there, and the rest of their stuff is mostly Yigdoos, 2 packs of punches to get to Flambe, and medicinal herbs just in case we should be healing. But generally we shouldn't be. As for Flambe, I do have a better armor for them, the Legendary Mantle, or however you want to call it, which helps with magic defense. But Cloak of Evasion's better here because we're mostly dealing with physical damage. I'd put Sloth on that too, but there's a lot more defense in the Flowing Dress than the difference between Ledger Mantle and the Cloak of Evasion. So I decided better off with the one with has more HP should get the more defense. The one with less should have the Cloak of Evasion so they could dodge. Same otherwise. And 3 Yig leaves, 2 packs of punches, 2 medicinal herbs as usual. I could throw another item in there, but it's not necessary. Anyway, with that all said, let's go ahead and get started. We do have to worry about the critical hits. That's where things can get a little dicey, but generally we should be able to survive those. Yes, yes. You've been sent to stop us and murder us, blah blah. Anyway, it's mini-boss time. I was debating on that. So, first things first, you're fast enough. You're going to pack a punch Flambe. Flambe is going to go right for Robbin Hood. Robbin Hood's the only one to be concerned with. Ow, quit it. You're going to now go to Crackle, and you're just going to keep focusing down Robbin Hood, because he's the worst of the bunch here. Ow. Okay, good. We're going to keep Crackling and attacking, because we want to keep the attack on them, and we want to hope that Robbin Hood either wants to heal his buddy there, or his buddy's going to go down. Do I want to? I'm going to try healing Flambe. Let's see. Good. Uh-oh. Well, that didn't matter, did it? Oh, good! Sort of. Well, he could at least take it. This could get a little dangerous, though. And... oh, wow. Well, I'm glad we're faster than them, because this is going to get pretty scary. Come on. Nope. Well, who's going down? Alright. Well, time to revive. It's not worth using herbs, that's for sure. Actually, you're better off Paxa-punching Flambe. Flambe, attack. Thank you. And there it is. Okay, we're alright. Because this guy, as soon as he stops defending, he's done. And there we are. A little dicey there, but mostly good. We only had to use one Yig Leaf. I don't like it when I have to rely on so many Yig Leaves, but this time it kind of worked out. When you don't have a healer for a bit, that's kind of what has to happen. Anyway, well, next spot I'll be seeing you is in, I think it was Talon Tower, or I don't remember what it's called, but whatever it is, it's where our wife gets kidnapped. I'll see you there. Okay guys, we're here with the pawns. We don't have to do too much setup. Just want to quickly go over just what we have on us. We just have Yig Leaves, Paxa-punch, Edge Boomerang, that's fine. And Yig Leaves and Paxa-punch, that's really all you need. So, let's start with Pawn 1. He's mostly easy. He can get a little bit dangerous after a bit. We're going to first start off with a Paxa-punch on Flambe, and Flambe is going to attack. And then we're going to Sweet Breath. Don't bother using Crackle, he resists it. Not that he's immune, just that it's not worth using it as a damaging move. You're better off attacking. Alright, he's still asleep, good. Go ahead and muster strength, keep going with the attack. And just both of you attack. Yeah, we mostly have this in the bag. Yeah, Sloth is going to play support here. But anyway, there goes Orc Pawn. I'll meet you over at the Chimaera Pawn. I do have to do some minor inventory management before I show it. That's why I'm not just showing you me walking over there. So, be right there. Okay, here's Pawn 2. Let's just go ahead and get started. Yeah, you say gross things, we know. But, alright, I'm not even saying what time it is, because it is just time for the pawns to die. Anyway, why don't we go ahead, Paxa-punch Flambe once again, and attack. Sloth doesn't care about that spell. And apparently he doesn't care about Sizzle either. I'm a little surprised that Sloth doesn't care about that. Oh, it's the Flowing Dress is why. Okay. Anyway, now that he's Paxa-punched, we're going to just be crackling, because Chimaera is actually susceptible completely to crackle. So, that's what we're going to do, is just spam crackle and attack. We don't have to worry about using Yig Leaves this time. Usually, the Chimaera Pawn is where it can get a little tricky. Luckily, that's not the case. Mostly because we probably overlevel a little bit. But we also have very good resistances. But that's it for the Chimaera Pawn. All we got left is Kon the Knight. So, I'll show you there. Alright guys, Kon the Knight's going to go pretty simple. But before I show him off, I wanted to show you guys. This time around, I actually chose Bianca as the wife. Normally when I do these Monster Party runs, I choose either Nera or Deborah just to get the extra items. But I didn't feel I needed to this time because I got really lucky with Tombola. And managed to get myself, wherever it is, there it is, a loyalty card. This will let me essentially buy things cheaper, so I didn't feel the need to, since I got lucky before my marriage came through, I was like, you know what, alright, let's marry Bianca this time. Because, again, normally it's the money, that's the only reason I do it. So, but yeah, that's what we have, so that's why we have Bianca, and we get to see her take on a couple things here. But anyway, for Kon here, well, nothing changed with level-wise, but for items, not much changed either here, other than, you know, Paxa-punch, Yig Leaves, and all. Main thing that changed is that Flambe has the Zenithian shield. And they'll be using that because if Kon uses Kaswoosh, Flambe is going to take the full brunt of it. Sloth at least has some natural resistance, but Flambe doesn't have any. Sloth only has a little bit. He's only 4 to 5. It's 4 to 5, so I think it's like 20% or something resistance. Yeah. And also, I thought the legendary mental... whatever you want to call this. I thought this was going to help protect because it does help reduce magic damage, but it's only for Frizz and Sizz according to the Wikipedia. So I decided to go with Bounce instead. But that's essentially all that I did for changing here. And things will go faster because Monsters has Kerplunk. But anyway, we get Bianca's reaction because I always comment a little. Crikey, you really put yourself in danger coming here, Monsters. And that's all. And then she says the usual spiel. Thanks for coming to rescue me. Maybe it'd been better if you didn't. And they use the Chancellor, snatch me, lure you into a trap. Ringler's gonna kill you, become king of your place. Alright. No, how dare they, though. Enough horsing around? Nah, there's plenty of horsing around here. Let's do this. Let's put down this piece of crap. He's not as big a piece of crap as Ladja, but he's a pretty big size of horse manure. For boss time against Kon the Knight. First things first. Well, no. First thing I'm going to do is reorder, because I forgot to do that. And then we're going to Kerplunk. We are going to Pax-a-Punch Flambe prematurely. And you are going to Zenithian Shield. Good. We go Kerplunk just to forward this. Bianca's going to jump in. And then we're going to do almost the same thing here. He's like, that was nice of you, Bianca, thank you. And we're going to Crackle because now Kon is completely susceptible. And it's the most powerful damage that Sloth can do. And Flambe is just going to attack. It's very repetitive, I know. Ooh, nice dodge. So this is what we're going to do. We don't want to bother healing. Because this is the most powerful thing we could do. But don't get me wrong, it might not be the worst idea to have someone with a herb or anything, but we're not going to do that this time. Though Sloth may die for that. If he keeps getting targeted like this, oh boy. Well, it's going to be a little scary, I guess. Or not. Okay, fine. I was a little nervous there just for a second, but cool. So, that's how you beat him. Just go all out. Sloth has the HP to survive it, apparently. Alright, with that said, next up I shall be meeting you in Generation 3, and it'll be either against Slon or what's his name? Bjorn. I was about to say Bishop Ladja, but I usually fight him second to last at least. So, but yeah, it'll be one of those two, and we'll have our full party. That's the good thing, because as soon as we get the carpet, we'll be able to get the well, on the way to the carpet, we'll be getting our Blizzybody buddy. Say that 10 times fast. Who will be a part of our ice team. And then once we get the carpet, we'll be able to get the Snowbird, which is going to be located right outside of Mantle Place. That's all you have to do is just use the carpet over there and you'll get there. You don't have to go inside. It's right outside and just keep going until you find Snowbird. Though it might be a little tough recruiting because it is in a higher level monster area. But I wanted to let everyone know what I'll be doing off camera, so that you guys don't have to need an explanation for when I pick things up against the boss. Alright, enough of my blathering. I'll see you there. Alright guys, we're here in Gen 3. We have the full elemental party together. As mentioned before, it's mostly ice with just one fire, but that's okay. We're going to be facing Slon the Rook, who really isn't much of a challenge, so I'm just doing this intro mostly to introduce our two new party members. Well, we did some leveling up first things first, though. I maxed out Sloth because I needed to get Frosty up in level. Frosty and Snowy are two new people up in some levels. Just because Snowy, when you first recruit them, they do not listen to you because their wisdom's so low. So I just had to get it up just enough so I can use up the rest of my wisdom seeds to get them at 20 at least, so I could get them to listen and all that. But then I needed to also get them to get more HP, because as you can see, Snowy has the least HP in the whole group. But everyone else is otherwise pretty good, and I think we actually have a solid team this time. Everyone here is at least pretty good. But anyway, before we get into our new people, this is what Sloth's final stats are at this time. 90 strength, it's okay. Agility's actually pretty fair. I thought he'd be slower. Resilience is okay. Everything's just okay, with the HP probably being the best, and MP alright too. They're going to probably be our tank for a bit, at least until the others gain a little bit more levels. Blizzy? No. The Blizzybody might actually outspeed them in that regard eventually. But Sloth probably is going to end up being a mage, is my guess here, because of Crackle. And also Freezing Blizzard and just in general. Because, yeah, he has Crackle, Freezing Blizzard. Muster Strength is actually not a bad idea, just in case he does need to attack instead. So, there's that. He does also have Warcry and Tongue Lashing, which is very useful for a lot of wild encounters, and in Slon's case, it's going to be great against him, too. Now, here's our new buddy, Frosty. I think Frosty's female, but I'm not positive yet. But they have actually a pretty good equipment set, and they have identical stats as Flambe. The only difference, obviously, is their level, but they also have a different equipment set, too. Frosty seems to have similar equipment to, I think, a Slime Knight, I believe. Maybe not Slime Knight. But it's very close. They could wear heavier armor and swords and such, so they're going to have better defense than Flambe. But Flambe still at least is still pretty good too, though. So yeah, they're probably going to match each other's stats, though. That's basically it. Except, oh yeah, Frosty actually has MP, because they actually have a couple spells, Whack and Crackle, and Snooze. They won't probably need those, but it's there, you know. Now, Flambe, this is how Flambe's doing. You already saw some of the stats as I was comparing and all that. They got Burning Breath, which is good for random encounters. So, you know, we could kind of do what Ladja does to us later. Which, by the way, that's going to not be fun. Because, although we have a solid group, guess what? None of them are immune to Burning Breath. I was debating on doing this party, and I was like, but who? Is there anyone that's elemental that has, you know, immunity? But no one does. So I figured that could fit I mean, anyway. So yeah, that's something I'll be looking forward to. But anyway, yeah, Flambe's doing okay. And now here's our last newest member, Snowy. Snowy has a similar equipment set. I'm trying to think. I think it's similar to Small Fry, like no shields, can equip claws like Icicle Dirk, but also has the Flowing Dress. I'm not sure if that's the same, but generally just a non-shield user, but has pretty good resistances enough to keep them going. Their stats, they're kind of weird, as you can see. Wisdom is really low. Resilience is decent, though, since I guess because they don't have a shield, they need the resilience pumped up, so, you know, that's at least good. And they're not even close to max level yet. But from what I could see on the wiki, they're going to have low MP, so probably all the MP seeds are going to go to them. They eventually will be learning multi-heal, and they'll be playing as our healer, but for now they don't have it. So, but they do start with some good spells. They start with Thwack, and Freezing Blizzard is, like, already there. So, yeah, we have a couple ice breathers here, that's for sure. We're actually going to have, like, some of the best forms of fire and ice breath attacks on these guys, but Snowy here, they're going to have the most powerful one, because they're going to have access to cold breath. Well, I think the highest that Flambe gets is, what is it? I think it's just Inferno, and I believe Blizzybody only gets Freezing Blizzard too eventually, just like Sloth has. I'm not positive, but yeah, we have a bunch of breathers here, so that's going to be kind of interesting. And like I said, eventually they're going to get multi-heal, and I'll be dumping all my MP seeds on them so they could cast it more. But anyway, that's our party. We can go ahead and get this Slon Fest over with, because this is going to be very easy. We don't even need to get the Terror Crow for this. For shitty boss time against Slon the Rook. Alright, the main thing is Tongue Lashing. Tongue Lashing seems to have a slightly better success rate than Warcry, because Warcry hits all while Tongue Lashing does one. This is just a anecdotal experience that I'm noticing. It's not positive. It's not definite or anything, you know. Anyway, you'll be tongue lashing, and everyone else will just be attacking. Snowy does have a Staff of Salvation. For the one that we got from Diggory Pokery. So we're just going to be doing that. I didn't go over items, but we don't need to for this one, so no worries, guys. Ooh, nice crit. But yeah, we're not even going to use packs of punches because we really don't need it. I mean, if you want to make the fight go slightly faster, you could. But full disclosure, ooh, that one missed. I didn't buy enough packs of punches because I actually had a little bit of money troubles. Not a lot, just because flowing dresses are kind of expensive, and 3 out of 4 people here can wear them, so yeah. But everyone's just going to attack, and Snowy will heal when needed because they have less attack than the others. You know, unless they crit, then it's different. But right now, Flambe and Frosty are basically like our bash peoples here. I was gonna say bash bros, but I know Flambe is female. I'm guessing Frosty is too, but I'm not positive. Yeah, 72, 96, yeah. I mean, Snowy will be decent for those that don't have resistance to ice, at least. Because they'll get the extra damage. Geez, Snowy is critting! I don't know if that's just luck or not, but good job, man. Or woman. I don't know. I gotta figure out their gender soon enough. But anyway, that's it. It was a nice, simple fight. Now, in the Ladja fight, we're going to be seeing their genders because we'll be using some fizzle foils. I will see you there. Okay. Here we are at Ladja now, guys, and he can be a little bit tricky. The problem is, well, Flame Breath really hurts this group. I mean, even with any resistance stuff that they have currently, it just tears through 3 out of 4 of them, and only our little Flambe Flamethrower here is the only one that's fine for the most part. But anyway, here's our general stats. As you can see, Sloth didn't really change much. Sloth is in almost all their best gear. They could wear a flame shield, but the flame shield only protects against ice. And, well, they're immune to ice, so I'm going with the Iron Shield for the time being just to give them a tiny bit of extra protection against fire. It's not much, it's probably like 5 or 10 damage, but it's something. Because HP-wise, they're pretty solid still, so. And they're going to be playing, Sloth is going to be playing our tank for the most part here. Frosty, they are going to be one of our main attackers and semi-tanks. I actually have to reorder them though, because I want Frosty, just for this fight, to be in the back. Only because Frosty doesn't have the resistance to fire like Flambe has, because Kafrizzle really hurts. Yeah, it's going to really hurt both Frosty and Snowy, so we got to be careful with that. Anyway, Flambe is also going to be an attacker and semi-tank. Not really much of one, but she's, because she is a she, she's going to be the one that's more helpful in terms of surviving. We don't have to heal her as often, so no worries there. And then Snowy is playing healer for this one because she's going to be our fast person, and her attack is less. And also, yes, Snowy is also a female. I think it's 3 females and 1 guy, but we'll confirm it in just a moment when I start doing fairy foil spam. Which, by the way, I called it fizzle foil last time. It's fairy foil. I don't know why I said fizzle. I think I'm used to calling things. It's just a alliterative, I think. And 2, I forgot that Snowy could actually equip the fairy foil, which was stronger than the icicle dirk. So, whoopsies. But anyway, yeah, nothing else really is new in terms of spells here, though. So, no worries there. Now let's go over our item setup. This is important. This is Sloth's best attacking weapon, and they're not going to be attacking. They're going to be playing distraction and tank for the most part. They have a fairy foil. This is essentially their best gear here. Flowing dress does help with the fire, but not enough really. It helps some. Yigleaves. Zenithian sword is going to be important here, because Sloth can't really contribute meaningfully in an attacking way. So they're going to be just trying to make Ladja cast bounce over and over, because that way he's not attacking us. And Sloth also has the best HP, so he's going to be helping with he's okay to risk that instead of just defending all the time. Though he will be defending too. He also will be mostly our main Pax-a-Puncher, but the others might Pax-a-Punch themselves if Sloth gets a little unlucky. So, yeah. Now for Frosty, Metal King Sword for this one. Sacred Armor to keep him alive. Her or him, I'm not sure. This is the one gender I'm not positive on. Tempest Shield will help with some of the fire breath resistance, because in this version, in Dragon Quest V, Tempest Shield acts like a Dragon Shield, just with better defense. It has the same breath resistance, so may as well give it to Frosty. I think it keeps best armor defense, and Crude Image, because Frosty's luck is terrible. Fairy Foil will be needed, of course, and they're also going to be Zenithian shielding, because we don't want them to be Kafrizzled. So, yeah, because Kafrizzle, if they get Kafrizzled twice, they might be out of healing range, and you're better off just using the Zenithian shield instead. Sloth and Flambe are more likely to survive it very well, and Snowy, well, Snowy's just probably going to die if they get double Kafrizzled, so... but that's what we have the Yiggleaves for. Anyway, Flambe's here. They got the Flame Shield for helping with ice resistance. Not applicable to this fight, but it's there. Gringham Whip, because, yeah, that's their best weapon. And general other stuff here, too. They'll be Fairy Foiling, because defense is needed. But otherwise, they're just mainly going to be attacking. And now for Snowy. As mentioned, they have the Fairy Foil as their weapon, which is stronger than the Icicle Dirk. And, they have the Flowing Dress, no shield allowed, so they're going to be using the Hermes Hat. I mean, the Hermes Hat is their best defense. I think this is temporarily their best defensive hat, or maybe it is the best at all. I'm not positive. In fact, no, yeah, it is. Because this is all of Snowy's best gear except for the Fairy Foil. Eventually, they'll get the Poison Claw as their best weapon. And I thought that Snowy had similar equipment pool to Small Fry. I was wrong. They have the same equipment pool as the Chimaera, from one of my first monster parties. Also, I picked up an Elfin Charm. It's not going to really help here, but I picked it up at the Fairy Lay TNT board, so because you could find it in one of the treasure dungeons. And Stabilization, because they're going to be the main healer. Yigdu in case shit gets really bad, though. The Dark Shield's not applicable here, but that's just to help them with their MP management in the future. And a couple of Yiggleaves, of course, and a Pax-a-Punch in case Sloth is busy. But Snowy actually can help it with the attack a little bit, because they actually do okay. So, anyway, that's it for our item setup. Let's get started. Doesn't matter what you say. And it is boss time against Bishop Ladja. Alright, so, first round, everyone, Fairy Foils, doesn't matter. His. Okay. Wait, I missed some of that, but that's okay. We're doing all right now. Now, you're okay enough. You can use this. You two are going to keep Fairy Foiling, and you're going to Staff of Salvation Sloth. Her head. I think Frosty is a her. I don't know. It goes by a little fast. All right, you can continue that. Fairy Foil one more time for the 3, and... Oop. That's 2 for the ones on the side. It goes a little bit too fast for me, but you guys can slow it down. Alright, you need to do one more. You are ready on the... Oh, wait, actually. Pax-a-Punch, Flambe, you attack. I forgot to reorder, by the way. Whoopsies. I mentioned it before, but... I always forget that. We need you to Pax-a-Punch Flambe now. Flambe is going to attack. You're going to attack. And you're going to go ahead and heal Sloth. Okay. Let's get going. But yeah, I'll have to check the genders afterwards. Alright. I think you're maxed out. No, you need one more. You two attack, and I think you need more too. But yeah, Sloth is a he. That part I know. Alright, now that he's maxed out, I don't know if bounces up, but I'm just going to Disruptive Wave anyway. And Flambe is more likely to survive than Sloth, so we're going to go ahead and heal. And I'm glad I did. But yeah, this hurts. Luckily, when we get the Sage Stone, that won't be an issue. But anyway, he didn't re-up his bounce, so I'm going to heal... Snowy's going to heal themselves first. Okay, you're going to defend, attack, and you're going to heal Flambe, because Slon should be able to survive while defending. Alright, bounces up, so we're going to go ahead and Zenithian, attack, and heal Slon. I forgot to use bounce on Frosty, but so far we're okay. And... okay, I thought they were about to prove me a liar. Attack, and let's go ahead and Zenithian, and you're going to heal yourself. Sorry, sometimes when recording, I get a little confused about what I'm doing. So, let's see. You're still defending because he didn't use bounce on himself. Let's heal Flambe. Yeah, we don't have to worry about Slop too much because they'll be defending primarily. But if there's nothing better to do, we may as well heal them. Okay. Anytime Snowy gets hurt like a little bit, they basically have to heal themselves because double Kafrizzle is very, very dangerous for them. Alright, bounces up. So Zenithian, and again, that's a turn that he's not attacking. That's basically what we gotta hope for against Ladja here. Yeah, 101, yeah. Alright. You can defend again, and you can heal. But yeah, the damage, unfortunately, is not great, because we don't have a way to sap, unfortunately. And this is the only time that he's vulnerable to sap, too. Since the next form we fight him in is not going to have that. Alright, we're okay. Oh, no, you're not attacking. He literally only does like 20 damage. I even tried giving him the lightning staff to do some fire damage, but again, it's only like 20 to 30 damage at most. And I could Pax-a-Punch him instead, but it's not worth it. Okay, go ahead and heal yourself. I did consider giving the Zenithian Shield to Snowy, but I feel like that would give Snowy too much to have to do. Also, yeah, it looks like Snowy can survive 2 Caprizzles, but it's still a little too dangerous to have your main healer risk that, really. Also, I think Bishop Ladja still doesn't have bounce up, but I'm not positive. Whenever I record, I get a little lost easier, so sometimes my strategy's not best. Yeah, it wasn't up, so good. Okay, time to go ahead and Zenithian again, and you're going to have to heal yourself. Bounce yourself. Oh, and okay, Frosty needs to bounce themselves. Oop, I said it and I almost went through. Muscle memory, guys. Sometimes it just triggers there. All right, that was a good round for us. Go ahead and heal Flambe. I can't wait till we get the Sage Stone because it'll make things a lot easier for healing wise. Though I think Sloth will end up being the healer probably in the end, because Sloth is not going to have the attack. Does have the defense at least. And there we go. So yeah, it wasn't too bad, but it was just a little like, alright, someone might die. The first time I tried this, I didn't have all the fairy foils, because I didn't have the money at the time, but I just did a little bit of extra TNT boarding to afford the rest of them, which you can only buy at the Fairy Light TNT board. And I just basically did all the treasure stuff and sold what I could, so that way I got some money and I could afford all the rest of them. Yeah, money's a little bit tighter now. Again, part of it is probably because I chose Bianca, but that's not the end of the world. I can always make it up. It's not hard. Anyway, that's it for Ladja. Next time, we're going to be probably fighting Bjorn. So, I'll be seeing you there. Okay, guys, we're here at Bjorn the Behemoose, and I actually did have to grind a little bit for this one. Since everyone's a little bit weak to fire, we really needed that multi-heal a little bit sooner than later, so I grinded up Snowy to level 15, which everyone else got a little bit of levels too. And for this fight, we're not going to bring Sloth because he can't contribute too much. He can do okay with Crackle, but generally he's just as susceptible as the other icy people to fire, and can't do damage very well. The damage is not as good as the physical damage in this case, since you can bounce Kasap at him. So I went with the Flamin' Icy... I want to call them Icy Fire, I guess? I don't know. The Flamethrower and the Blizzybody are going to be in alongside Snowy, because Snowy is basically mandatory. I did give her some stat seeds too, but I'll go over that in just a second. Here's Blizzy, Frosty, excuse me. Frosty's doing okay in terms of stats here. Just a little bit behind Flambe here. Nothing really too dramatic. They are... Right now, Frosty's just has a little less attack than Flambe, because again, Flambe is a higher level. But if they were equal, Frosty would be ahead. So, yeah, as we get to max levels, it'd be better though. This is Snowy stats. Snowy does not get very high MP. In fact, according to the wiki, the max MP is roughly 70 or something like that, or was it 50? No, it's 70. Okay, I had to double check. Yeah, it's roughly 70. So I gave her all of my MP seeds that I had on me. So now they have 87, and they'll be getting just a little bit more as they get closer to the max level, which is going to be level 25. But otherwise, yeah, they don't have much. I also gave them some life seeds too, so that they could survive a little bit better. Not too many. I think I only gave them like 2 or 3. So I figured 250 HP was enough. So anyway, yeah, they have multi-heal now. They only could do so many multi-heals though, so you gotta... I have to use them wisely. So let's go over our item setup. We still have Frosty with the general stuff here. Everyone's going to have fairy foils, but they're going to use them at different times. Mostly when they're already low on defense. But yeah, anyway, we also have the packs of punches, because they're going to need them in case you die. Elfin elixirs for Snowy, in case we have to multi-heal a lot. Yig leaves, in case someone goes down. Hopefully no one will. As for Flambe, same general gear here, but just has, what do you call it? Just has the fairy foil and the packs of punches, 2 Yig leaves. They'll be using the Zenithian sword whenever Bjorn decides to buff himself up a little bit too much. And also has the Elfin elixirs again for Snowy. Snowy's going to be probably the most busy person here. They have their fairy foil as their main weapon, but they're mostly going to be using it for defense. They've got a Staff of Salvation to be single target healing. Yigdu if everyone's really low and we really need to get max heals. 2 leaves, a Packs of Punch for Frosty and Flambe in case they got revived or something. And there's a free turn. Elfin Elixir for self, and Zenithian Shield to keep their defenses up. Because they absolutely 100% need to make sure they don't get sapped, because they have the lowest HP, and if they're bottomed out on defense, there's a very low chance that they'll survive a round. So you're better off doing it that way. So anyway, that's our item setup. I will meet you in the middle of the fight. See you there. It's boss time against Bjorn the Behemoose. Alright, first things first. Monsters is going to kerplunk because, yeah, they don't participate. We're going to Packs of Punch self, Packs of Punch self, and you're going to start off with the defense up. Ugh, Blistering Flames, not good. Alright, their attack is up. Now they are going to attack, you're going to bounce. Very good. Ouchies. Yeah, that's not good. But it kind of works out in the end. You're going to heal Frosty since they got sapped. Alright, that's only 1 buff. They already were sapped, so we could continue the attack. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do a Fairy Foil for you. Alright. Now she's going to have to heal. But these two can continue the attack. It's still in the acceptable amount of damage here. Alright, now we're going to have to Zenithian that. You're going to... Actually, no. When the defense is up, you use your defense up, and you're going to Zenithian. You don't have to heal, so you're going to Fairy Foil yourself one more time. Next free turn Snowy has is going to use the bounce spell on themselves. I think, yeah, this turn we're going to do it. So I think Flambe should survive. That's a little dangerous there. I'm actually going to multi-heal this time. Yeah, okay, it's only one buff. I think we're still okay. Go ahead and heal Flambe. Yeah, that's an okay amount of damage. We're eventually going to get rid of it, but... Why don't you go ahead and... Yeah, go ahead and heal Frosty. Because Flambe is fine against the fire and lightning, at least. And now you're going to heal yourself because we got to keep your health up. Probably going to need to bounce soon. Ugh. Okay. That's not too bad. I'm going to say... Heal Flambe. That's not as good. You're going to actually raise your defense, you're going to attack, and you have to heal. Which means we're probably going to lose bounce soon. Okay. You're actually going to attack, and we're going to Yigdu just to keep him alive. Bounces off, and you know he's going to Kasap now. Oh, thank you. You two attack, and you get your bounce back up. Yeah, you gotta time your self-buffing. Alright, he just buffed enough that I think it's gonna be a problem, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. You're going to continue healing up Frosty. Snowy didn't really need to... is maxed out on their defense right now, so... Yeah, Flambe is bottomed out. I'm actually going to have you attack, and you're going to self-buff, and you're going to just kind of top yourself off, I think? No, this is a free turn. Go ahead and Zenithian Shield to keep it up. Okay, not too bad. I was able to do this without multi-heal, but I ended up with 2 people dead. Well, I'm sorry, 2 people dying, and at the end of the fight, 1 person was dead, and I thought that was too sloppy, so I decided to go with a slightly more efficient with multi-heal, at least. You 2 can attack, and you can heal. But yeah, sometimes slightly timing those defense ups is a good way to keep yourself just around a little longer. Ooh, and if too many of those go by... Yeah, this is a multi-heal. We probably could get away without it, actually. So, nope, never mind. I forgot that Frosty heals, self-heals with the Sacred Armor. Oh, and we got him. Yeah, damage is not the problem. It's mostly just, you know, trying to survive long enough because the Fire Breath is pretty bad. Which doesn't bode well for later on when we have the bigger Flame Breath coming at us. Ugh. But in any case... That's it for Bjorn the Behemoose. Next up is Queen Ferz. I shall see you there. Alright guys, we're here at Queen Ferz. And, well, this and Korol are going to be actually pretty simple. It's because they can only attack once per turn and they don't have anything super powerful against us that we just end up not having to really worry here. So, with that said, we can just kind of easily beat them. But anyway, we didn't do any real grinding, but we did get we might have picked up a level or 2 while we were traveling around and whatnot. That's about it, though. I may as well go over our stats, though, just to be sure of everything. Like, as you can see, every now and then Frosty catches up with Flambe, and then if Flambe levels up, then Flambe is going to get ahead of Frosty in attack. But they still remain to have very similar stats other than the level disparity. Though I do like the fact that Flambe is now at 100 agility. Good for her. And then Snowy here... Well, they got actually very formidable strength and all that. It's just that, you know, the weapon choice is not the best. They will be picking up their Poison Claw later down in this dungeon, though. So... that's pretty nice. And the resilience is still going up pretty well, too, so... We only have some... what is it? I think it's still level 25 before they max out. And we're not going to bring Sloth with us because, again, they're more of a supportive role. They're the tank or the item user. So they're just going to sit in the back and chill. We can always bring them back via the wagon during the Korol fight, so no big there. Anyway, that's enough for stats. Why don't we go over our items? Same gear here. Packs of punches are going to be useful for the fight, and of course Yiggly's just in case with an elfin elixir on the side. Don't worry about these, this is just for random encounters. So mainly packs of punches and then attacking is what we're going for here. The fairy foils I may use just to help out a little bit though, but otherwise it's just packs of punch and attack and all that. Don't mind the dragon staff. Flambe, she's just holding on to it. And as for Snowy, well, Snowy's going to be the support role as usual, healing and, what do you call it? Well, just healing and contributing to an attack every now and then. I debated on the Zenithian shield, but decided against it because we don't really need it. I also debated on putting in the Dark Shield here to get Snowy some more MP, but again, we just don't really need it. So, I might just Pax a Punch her and let her attack as well. So, anyway, that's it for that. We can go ahead and start getting, well, started. That was redundant. Okay, we're just gonna go shut up here. Nope, and then yes, yes. Okay. But yeah, the fights are gonna be nice and easy, so no worries there. For boss time against Queen Ferz. First things first, go ahead and kerplunk monsters. You're going to do one fairy foil each. Because it's just practical since most of the skills won't really hurt us much. The Crackle's only going to hurt Flambe. Now you could Paxa, and Paxa. Because I now have enough money that I could buy a bunch of them, so I did that. Again, just only Flambe gets hurt. You two attack, I'm going to have you just top off Flambe. Queen Ferz needs to get a clue here. But yes, even Snowy can do decent damage at least. My God, how many Crackles are you gonna do? They're not helping you. But yeah, I just want to speed this along a bit. Okay, now you're doing something. Good job. Jeez, Ferz is slow. You don't have to do what I did with Snowy there. Like, she doesn't need to be Pax-a-Punched at all. And yeah, while Frosty did get hit a little harder thanks to the Sacred Armor, a lot of the damage is not a big deal. Alright, that... Oh, okay. I was going to be a little worried, but it wasn't the Fire Breath I was thinking it was going to be. Yeah. The same thing's going to happen with Korol, really. Flambe is the only one that's going to be affected by his cold breath. Which is pretty damn nice. Alright, but yeah, we're just gonna attack through, because this fight's easy. It's not gonna be that easy when we fight the last Ladja fight, though. I already know that. Not just for the damage that's gonna be happening, but also because, again, as mentioned before, we don't have anyone immune to Paralyze, so it's not looking great. Though, luckily, everyone in the party has at least a little bit of a resistance at minimum. Actually, I think Frosty, Flambe, and Snowy have 2/3 resistance, which tends to not matter much, honestly. But anyway, there goes Ferz. Not a big deal. And Korol's not going to be too bad either. It just takes a little bit. I will meet you there. Okay, guys, we're here at King Korol, and as mentioned, it's going to be pretty easy. Don't worry about the coffin we're dragging. We'll be changing that in a bit. So... the fight's actually pretty good. Thanks to some good item use, Snowy is basically not going to run out of MP. And even what's his name? Sloth. Wow, I was going to call him Snowy, but that's not it. Sloth can actually even be pretty good use on the offense, thanks to Crackle working against Korol. Anyway, for item setup, we got Yiggly's and Elfin Elixirs on Frosty. By the way, it's a he. He's mainly just going to be attacking. Flambe will be mostly attacking as well, with Yiggly's and Elfin Elixirs for just in cases. Snowy will also be helping attack some, but will be the main healer, of course, using the Dark Shield to help anytime that Kaboom strikes, that she can get her MP back. and keep up the multi-heals. And I'll be multi-healing generously for the most part, since MP is actually... I mean, he kabooms frequently enough, so... But we do have Elfin Elixirs just in case, and Yig leaves. And as for Snowy, damn it, Sloth, Sloth is going to be doing what he did against Ladja, and use the Zenithian Sword anytime bounce goes up, but it's also helping himself, since that way he could crackle at Korol too. Because his attack is kind of poor, unfortunately. So he's not going to help with that, even though he has muster strength and all. I imagine if I gave him the Gringham Whip that he would be actually a little bit more decent, probably akin to how Cross-Eye was with the whip. But it's not worth it, in my opinion. I'd rather have Flambe do it with who actually has the attack, you know? Zenithian Sword, and then, of course, Yig leaves and Elfin Elixirs. I'm not going to go over stats because nothing really changed on that part, so... With that said, why don't we go ahead and talk to Korol and see how we are surprising him. Yes. I'm actually kind of relieved that this is going to be easy. I'm just not looking forward to when we have to go ahead and fight Ladja. But anyway, this is not Ladja. This is Korol for boss time. First things first, let's change up our party. Sloth is saying take the lead, and the rest are fine. Don't worry about our dead daughter in the wagon, by the way. That's just for... She's just holding items out of the bag so I can see the bag a little better. Anyway, first move, you're going to crackle. Don't bother Pax of Punching because of Disruptive Wave. So go ahead and attack. And you are going to Dark Shield. That's the only buff that does not get Disruptive Wave. I've discussed it before, but I always repeat it just in case. Cold Breath, only Flambe gets hurt. So it's crackle, attack, and why don't you go ahead and heal Flambe? In case she gets... Unless she gets crit attacked. Okay, it wasn't her, so she's fine. Keep crackling, and I guess heal Sloth. Snowy will attack when there's a reason to. Alright, MP back. Not that she missed any, but that's okay. I'm actually even going to multi-heal here because she's not going to run out of MP. And it's also just easier. Alright, now it bounces up. So, we have to change it to Zenithian. You to attack, and even Snowy gets to attack. Snowy doesn't have as good of attack as the others, but she still can do decent. Oh no. That's fine. Sloth is just like, that tickled. You know, I'm boasting now because I don't think I'll be able to boast later. I mean, as it is, our mage is also our tank, which is kind of fun. It's a shame that, though, our mage only has a crackle, though. I'm actually even going to multi-heal here, even though it's not super necessary. We're basically getting all the MP back. It was just... Kaboom only gives you 15 instead of the 18 that multi-heal costs. So you're technically on a little bit of a deficit, but it's not enough to matter too much. You can actually attack. Oh, that's a good time for him to defend when I'm not crackling and then they defend. So that works. The random defend is weird, but I think it's supposed to be like a way to drain some resources or whatever, but it really ends up being not much. Okay. Crackle, boom, boom. And I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and Staff of Salvation at this point. They'd have to do something bigger to really make me need to. But as you can see, Korol can't do much. That's just what it is. If he wasn't on some sort of loop, then this would probably be worse for him. For us, I mean. But, well, it's mostly predictable that you know that he's not going to spam his attack or kaboom over and over. So it's always something different. So there's no real worries. So go ahead and multi-heal. And again, the only problem we have here is just time. Oh, sorry, Flambe. Keep going, and you go ahead and Salvation Flambe. I will say, Crackle's actually a little helpful in this fight, because Frosty and Flambe, unless they crit like they did before, they don't do as much damage as the Crackle usually does. 61 versus 76 and 64, yeah. Now, if you don't mind the disruptive wave, you could go ahead and just try buffing people, Paxa-punching people up. But I don't really like to do that with disruptive wave. That's a lot of wasted Paxa-punch bottles. If we had the oomph spell, that'd be a little different. But anyway, go ahead and Elfin Elixir up, attack, and a heal. Because oomph spell is not as big of a deal, you're not expending too many quantities of anything. Oh yeah, you can attack too. The best part is, even if I forget that bounces up, Sloth is immune to Crackle, so it's like, oh, whoops. At worst, you just waste some MP. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and multi-heal it anyway. I tried being a little stingy, but it just doesn't seem worth it. Oh, bounce spell, okay. It just means Snowy gets to attack, too. Oh no. I'm actually gonna not worry about Sloth. We don't need to top him off. It's not dangerous. The only time you really have to worry is if people are above his critical hit phase. So, over 105. Yeah, you're still crackling. I mean, maybe Flambe a little bit more at 120. But okay, and that's it for Korol. We also got a level up, so neat. Ooh, Frosty. He's got... he's got pretty good damn strength there. Is Flambe gonna outclass him? Yes. Oh, not getting as much strength this time around. Wow, okay, we got 3 level ups. I was not expecting that. Okay, cool. 7 HP, 1 MP. That kind of sucks. Otherwise, pretty good. Alright. This is, in a way, me stalling in the past for when we have to deal with Ladja. So, I guess I'll be seeing you there, and hopefully not in a voiceover like I had to last time. See you there. Okay guys, we've made it to Ladja. This fight, well, it's not going to be as bad as the first monster party when everyone didn't have an immunity to Burning Breath, because at least this party has resistances in other things. Mainly the fact that at least one of the 4 have fire resistance, and the other 3 are outright immune to ice. That makes things a little easier. And also because I have it set up so 2 people can heal, at least. Since I don't remember who I had using the Sage Stone in the first one, but basically I'm going to be separating my monster party into 2 teams to make this work. But before I do, let's go over our stats in general. Sloth I haven't added any new stat seeds, even though I have a few. But Sloth is about the same. Flambe, I think, may have gained a level or 2, but it's still kind of like the higher level one that ends up being a little stronger only because of level difference. Otherwise, Frosty is going to eventually be becoming the tank once he's done leveling up. So, but yeah, Frosty is a he. I have to remind myself that. Because Flambe's she, Frosty's he, Snowy's she. So yeah, it's like split up. But anyway, yeah, so you can see the differences, like, Frosty's going to catch up eventually, though, but definitely has the better attack thanks to better equipment pool. And then we also have Snowy, who's been through a lot of different TNT boards, who may have gotten some extra stat ups here and there. Not a lot, just like maybe like at most 5 total spread around their stats here. So there's a little bit of a small difference, but that's about it. It's not a big one. In any case, though, let's go over our item setup. And this one is very important. So, Sloth, I switched over to the Spike Steel Whip because it has the same amount of damage as the Flame Tang Boomerang. Not that it makes much of a difference, but I find that it has better consistent damage, so may as well. Otherwise, generally, here's the usual gear that they have here. They'll be our Sage Stone user and being part of one team, separate team away from Snowy, because that way they both have a multi-healing type of thing to heal people that are in the wagon. Because that's how I'm going to be healing whenever things get a little too rough, is passively heal in the wagon. They also have a couple Elfin Elixirs, mostly for Snowy, and a couple Packs of Punches in case we want to use him for sharing on other people. And we'll be the Stolo Staff user for this, not for any particular reason, just I left it on and it kind of works on him. So, but Fairy Foils are also important, and everyone's going to need to use it at least once or twice. So everyone's got their Fairy Foils once again. Alright, and now to Flambe, got the same gear as usual here. They've got the staff, they got the extra Staff of Salvation that I picked up in the Naderia TNT board. You can pick it up in one of the treasure trove rooms, I believe. And anyway, this way we got a third option of extra healing here. But Fairy Foil is going to be important, but they'll be one of our secondary attackers, because, well, Flambe and Frosty are definitely our main attackers in this. They also have a Packs of Punch to use on themselves if needed, and a bunch of Moonwort Bulbs, because I expect things to go wrong and people get paralyzed. We also have a Yigglyleaf in case someone goes down, but that shouldn't happen too suddenly unless I get put on the back foot too early. Now for Frosty, got Sacred Armor, Silver Shield now, because Silver Shield's better since it can resist fire damage, which Frosty does not really have any of. And you don't need the ice, you don't need like the Ogre Shield, which does 10 of each. This one does a little bit more, at least, because it also helps with the magic fire stuff, instead of just breath. So that's why I went with the Silver Shield for them. Great Helm is also another upgrade for them. And Fairy Foil, of course, a Packs of Punch, a bunch of Moonwort Bulbs, and a Yigglyleaf. That should be basically normal. And now for Snowy. Snowy's at their best gear right now with the Cobra Claw, Flowing Dress, and Hermes Hat. Still got the Meteorite Bracer because they are the main healer, though you don't really need it for this fight. It's there. Moonwort Bulbs, of course, and the Staff of Salvation for single target healing. So, got 3 of those. 2 Yigglyleafs because I feel like to be safe, I'd rather have Snowy have extra access there for reviving. And also, Snowy and Flambe have the highest resistance to the Burning Breath. The other, Frosty and Sloth, I believe, only have 4 out of 5, which is 20% chance of resistance, while Snowy and Flambe have the 3 out of 4, which is, I suck at fractions. Basically, like, it's higher though, so just trust me. I think it's like 80-ish% or 75%. I can't remember the exact number. So that's why I gave them the Moonwort Bulbs anyway. I mean, the Yigglyleafs or whatever. I lost my train of thought here, guys. Sorry. I was trying to think back on fractions, and that threw me off. But in any case, that's my setup, though. But, you know, what you could do also is do Stolo Staff on Snowy instead. But I feel like, I don't know. I just did this, and it worked with Sloth, so... In any case, that's it for our setup. I will meet you at the start of the fight, so you don't have to go through the whole intro part of this. So, I'll see you there. Okay, and here we are with the final Ladja fight. I'm a little late on that, sorry. Anyway, for this, we're going to switch up the team. I'm going to leave Monsters in because he needs to use Kerplunk on himself. And then we're going to go with Flambe and Snowy. Alright, so you go Kerplunk. We're going to have you Packs of Punch yourself first. And you are going to Fairy Foil. We need to get the stats up here. Alright, Flambe is going to get hurt a little bit. That's not too bad because they resist Kafrizzle. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. We're going to at least Fairy Foil once, and you're going to go ahead and heal Flambe. So basically, I just realized it's females on this team and then males on the other. Alright, since Flambe is not catching up very well here, we're going to go ahead and switch him out for Frosty instead. And then Frosty's going to start the Fairy Foil thing, while you are going to also Fairy Foil one more time. Unfortunately, Kafrizzle won't be resisted, but at least Frosty can have the Sacred Armor helping him. Anyway, we did that. Now we're going to Packs a Punch, and I'm actually going to have them... I'm going to have Snowy multi-heal to pass it into the wagon there. Alright. One more Fairy Foil, and I think one more Fairy Foil for you as well, and then you're done. Because if he just uses Cold Breath, we're fine. Now you can attack, and we're actually going to Packs a Punch Snowy, because Snowy does have decent attack. But Snowy is maxed out on their defense right now. That's less good, but we're okay. We can actually attack for this. Okay, now you can't. Oh, and now that's when we change out Snowy and bring in Sloth. Now you're going to attack. You're going to do just one Fairy Foil. Luckily, they're both immune. Alright, now you're going to Sage Stone to help the healing process. Basically, we gotta abuse the wagon healing. Alright, I'm gonna have you do one more Fairy Foil again, because Frosty does not have the best defense. Uh-oh. Okay. We're okay. We're okay. Now we can just go ahead and still those Staff Frosty. This fight will take a little long because, well, there's some trickiness here. You can attack, you can keep Sage Stoning to keep their health up. Okay. That's not too bad. We're okay. We can now use this. And then we can keep going with the healing. Again, this is also healing Snowy, which is going to help us out. Yeah, just keep Sage Stoning. I think they're probably fully healed by now. Hold on. This is one way to check, too. Snowy just needs a little bit more, and... Excuse me, Flambe's fine. So you can keep attacking, and you can keep Sage Stoning. Very good. Alright, and now we're basically okay at this point. You can do one more Fairy Foil on yourself. Okay, that's not too bad. And when he doesn't have any healing to do, we're switching him out for Snowy instead, so Snowy can help with the attack, but also have access to healing if need be. Yep, that's it. So we switch out you. Actually, you know, we could try Flambe, but I'd rather do Snowy just to be safe. Because right now Frosty's has better damage anyway. But yeah, anytime we can't catch up, that's the way we do it. That's fine. We can actually keep attacking right now. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and... just to make sure we don't get too far behind. But, yeah. Luckily, thanks to these immunities, this fight ends up being a lot easier than compared to our, to the first run. Like, that was miserable, but that was also because only one person had a very small chance of resisting Burning Breath, too. At least everyone this time has at least a little bit of resistance to some extent. Okay, Snowy needs to get out. Thank you. And we're switching to Sloth now to help heal. If need be, like if both Sloth and Snowy had issues with healing, that's where Flambe comes in with their Staff of Salvation. But yeah, Sloth is going to be mostly just tanking and healing. Because he's got a good amount of HP. Not the best defense, he's got fair defense. But yeah. I'm glad I found a way to make this work, though. Ooh. We're okay still. Not the worst, but it's still a little dicey. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You can keep attacking. You just make yourself feel big about attacking us. I don't really care about that. It's the Kefrizzle I don't like. The Flaming Breath's not pleasant either, but it's still not that bad. I think by now Snowy's probably going to be fully healed, but we should be okay. Sadly, Flambe is not getting as much attention as she should, but that's alright. She does well too. She helps with the tanking of the Kefrizzle and the Flaming Breath too. But it seems like this Ladja likes to spam... Well, I was going to say spam Cold Breath, but that's still true. Just Kefrizzle seems to be happening at inopportune times. There we go. Ladja's down. Yeah, that actually went pretty smoothly. He didn't spam his Burning Breath, but I wonder if maybe his AI has something that lets him know that they have resistance to it, so he's trying different things. But if that was the case, I don't think he would Cold Breath as much. So it's hard to know for sure. Ooh, 2 levels. I'm happy with that. But yeah, for Nimzo, however, I'm going to be leveling up a lot more. I want to I'm going to probably level up until Snowy gets their Cold Breath. 1 for damage option, but 2, I feel like that's a good milestone. It depends how long it takes to. So, in any case, I shall see you at the Nimzo fight. Okay, guys, we're here at Nimzo, and, well, strategies are going to be a little weird this time. But why don't we go ahead and show off the efforts of our grinding first. Well, first off, we are at a pretty good levels, I'd say. Frosty's going to be taking the lead because they have the best defense and next best to HP. Sloth probably could go in the third row at this point because Flambe is pretty strong and has better defense, but still. I kind of prefer Sloth in kind of like second position, really. And Snowy is staying in the back because of the lowest HP, though. They actually have respectable attack and such, too, though. And the most important thing is that they have is cold breath. But for now, let's go over our stats. I have not given any additional stat seeds out that since previous. I think I gave Snowy some MP seeds in one of the past recordings, but I have not given anything since. Anyway, Frosty here has 294 attack, very respectable stuff here. Good strength and agility, and once again, they're other than the MP, their stats are identical with Flambe. It's just that Flambe is higher level. That's the only thing. So Flambe is going to be going first, and apparently, oh, hey, something I didn't notice is she has much more wisdom, and I don't know if that's because of like rapid gain through levels or not, but well, that's interesting. The only reason Frosty has more luck is because of the crude image, so there you go. Here are the skills they've learned, nothing really new or interesting. If I leveled him up one more time, he would have Freezing Blizzard, which both Powie, Yowie, and the Snowbird have as well. So, nothing changed with Sloth, since, you know, he's already been maxed out for a bit. So yeah, but you can see his Freezing Blizzard and could crackle. There's gonna be a lot of mixed roles here, other than Frosty, whose main job is a little bit of tank and a little bit of attack. As you can see here, Flambe's got 30 less attack than Frosty. Not due to lack of strength, of course, just due to the Greenhand Whip only being capped at 100 attack, while the Metal King Sword here is 120, I think? Something like that? Maybe 110? One of the two. So yeah, so she's a little bit behind, but she's still a good attacker, and very nicely now, she has Inferno. So essentially, she's like the Dragon Staff in terms of damage, just pure fire coming out, and don't need to transform and lose control to do so. And that's going to be pretty useful for a little bit, at least. And now, Snowy's maxed out her agility. She's doing okay, though, with strength. Like, look at the strength. The strength's actually pretty respectable here. 244 is only a little under Flambe. Yeah, when she maxes out, I imagine she'll probably be on pretty equal footing with Flambe. But very good resilience, too. The defense is better than both Flambe and Sloth, but again, her lesser HP makes it that you want to keep her in the back, especially because she's our multi-healer. And as mentioned, she has Cold Breath, which does a really good damage if the target does not resist ice. So, that's pretty damn nice. She's actually going to be helping with the attack with that a little bit. That's the main reason I wanted to get Cold Breath on her, because I wanted to actually be able to use it. I've never used it before in any of my playthroughs, off stream and on. So this is kind of fun for me. Well, maybe I played it on the DS, I can't remember. But it might have been like with Barbados or some weird character. I can't remember. I never had Snowbird before. But her wisdom kind of sucks, but at least she's above 20, so that's all that matters. Anyway, that's all our stats. Let's go over our items. It shouldn't be too interesting. Frosty's got the basic stuff here. He's the only one that can equip the Metal King Helm, so that's why he's got it. Silver Shield, again, help him with some fire resistance. Sacred Armor to keep him in the game with the self-healing. And he's going to start with the Metal King Sword in the first phase of Nimzo, and then switch to the Blizzard Blade when we're in the second form. First form, Metal King. Second form, Blizzard Blade. And I kept the crude image just in case it helps, I don't know. And then 3 Yigglaives, 3 Elfin Elixirs for, just in cases. Sloth does not need their Spike Steel Whip at all, but I have it on him just because. Flowing Dress for the help with the fire. Same with the Iron Shield, because his best shield is the Flame Shield, which only helps with ice, which he's already immune to, so it's kind of pointless. May as well have the Iron Shield just to help him with fire. He could have higher defense with the Flame Shield, though. Just putting that out there, though. But I'd rather get that ever so slight little bit of resistance from fire, just because every little bit can help after a bit. Thinking Cap for defense. Sage Stone, he's going to be the main Sage Stone user and healing us up. Dark Shield, I used it in my test run, but he really doesn't need it because he's rarely going to be using his Crackle. That's his only thing that's really worth using in this. So, you don't really need it, but I'm leaving it there for now. And some Elfin Elixirs and Yiggleaves as usual. Flambe. Flambe will be doing a mixed support and attack because her attack is, while it's good, mostly she's going to be using either Inferno or doing like a mixed support role here. So she'll be helping out with a little bit of the healing, but for the first phase, she's going to be definitely healing. I mean, definitely attacking, though. Second phase, everyone kind of shuffles around except Frosty, so. And then, of course, Yiggleaves and Elfin Elixirs. And then last is Snowy. Snowy will be helping attack sometimes, but only when she doesn't need to help heal. And the Dark Shield to help keep her low MP up. So, I've already given her all but, I think, one NPC that I found in the Nadiria TNT board. So, that's about all that she's going to be doing, though. Then she also has Yiggleaves and Elfin Elixirs, of course. So, we got all that all set up. Why don't we go ahead and get started? I will meet you at the start of the fight because this part is very, very long and annoying. So, I'll see you there. For final boss time against Nimzo. Let's go. Alright, so for this, well, Frosty's just going to be attacking. Sloth, for this first part of the fight, this first phase, he can't really do much because this Nimzo resists cold very, very highly. So he's actually going to just attack. He's not going to contribute much, but it's going to just be freezing breath anyway, so he's not going to be affected, and he's just slightly too fast for his Sage Stone. So everyone here is just going to go ahead and attack. Yeah, a little bit of 19 there. Only Flambe gets hurt there. Alright, now he's going to Sage Stone, you're going to attack, and you're going to attack. Oh yeah, Frosty's the only one that's slightly slower. Alright, so you're going to keep attacking. You are going to go ahead and Sage Stone. You're going to start your Inferno, and you know what? You don't need to heal yet. You go ahead and attack Nimzo as well. Snowy is pretty damn respectable here, honestly. Okay, and now they're focusing down, so that's not good. You attack, Sage Stone, Inferno, excuse me, and you gotta go help out Flambe. Flambe is the only one that's susceptible to the cold breath, so we want to make sure she stays up. Ah, thank you, Sloth. Yeah, the Kerfuzzle can be a little bit problematic, too. Alright, yeah, attack and Sage Stone, Inferno. I'm going to say go ahead and attack. We don't really need to worry about healing just yet. No extra healing, anyway. Because this is going to be the Ice Breath phase, so only Flambe is going to get hurt. And we're okay. Go ahead and just... Now we want Flambe to attack because it's slightly better than Inferno. Not by much, just a little. Nah. We're going to go ahead and attack. Ooh, nice crit. Alright, and... that Kerfuzzle we kind of want to happen to Flambe because Flambe resists it heavily. Alright, Sage Stone, attack, and yeah, you know, attack. We can always heal later, because Snowy's fast enough. Cold Breath, because Cold Breath is every other turn, as we learned. Go ahead and Sage Stone, because Sloth, your attack sucks right now, so... And you both can just attack for now. Snowy, at least, again, does respectable damage. It's nothing great, but it's something. Alright, keep Sage Stoning. Ooh, you're supposed to Inferno. And you go ahead and just attack. Now, one thing that Snowy could do is use Cold Breath just to knock out some of the the add-ons here, but it won't affect Grandmaster Nimzo, and he's the one we need to get rid of first. Alright, that's not too bad. Keep Sage Stoning. I'm going to go ahead and have Snowy help with the healing there. Very good. Flambe. That's okay. Alright, go ahead and heal. Inferno. And go ahead and just keep attacking Nimzo. I kind of like that they all have very respectable damage, even if it's pretty close together. I'm not sure how I'm going to do Estark yet, though, because I can't use any breath things on him. He's heavily resisting that. And I guess we'll have to see, though. Go ahead and heal. Keep Infernoing, and we don't need to Staff of Salvation yet. And we're not going to need to multi-heal in this one, so Snowy's MP is fine right now. One thing you might notice, though, is, well, I don't have any way to put a status on myself, like a buff on myself to make him use Disruptive Wave in the second phase, and that's because we're actually going to try ignoring Kasap this time. It can be a little risky to do that if your party's not very... Oh, there we go. If your party is not very sturdy, sort of like when I did the Metal Slime party. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this part. If you did the Metal Slime party, the rest of the party is pretty weak and all that. Like, in terms, they're more likely to suffer, and you need to have all the distractions you can. Alright, I'm going to let this part play out on regular speed. Like, that's where you want him to be constantly Disruptive Waving the Kasap away. But because it also makes sure he's not attacking as much. But we actually can keep up with the damage pretty well. We might get unlucky and someone might fall, and, well, that's what the Iglees are for. But other than that, well, first, before we start on that note, it is final boss time. Final phase of bonus boss time. I cannot spit that out. I'm sorry. It is final phase boss time. I'm recording this after work, and it's very early in the morning because I do overnight, so yeah. I'm sorry. Anyway, so let's get started. We're going to start with the Blizzard Blade. We're going to have him start with a Dark Shield to go ahead and get his MP set, even though he doesn't really need it. Oh, actually, no. Since he doesn't need it and someone's down HP, Sage Stone. You are okay. You can attack. And you are going to Dark Shield, because you actually will need it. 97 damage. Not bad. Slightly better than the other. Alright, now we need to multi-heal. Luckily, Sage Stone was slow. Nice. That's something helpful. Alright, you're attacking, you're Sage Stoning, you're attacking, and you need to multi-heal. There we go. Yeah, Sloth is at a weird agility, so... Alright, here comes the Kasaps. Ow, quit it. Go ahead and just Sage Stone, because you're not really going to be contributing much just yet. We have to wait for a bounce to wear off. And, yeah, go ahead and help him out. Snowy is actually pretty damn strong. Actually, right, sorry. I was still learning my new strategy I have for this. This is a case where we want Flambe to help with support when necessary for single target healing, because, well, I'm going to show it off in a moment. Let's go ahead and Sage Stone. You can actually keep attacking. Cold Breath does the best damage here. 129! That is just fantastic. It's better than what Frosty can do right now. Eventually, Frosty is going to be better when he's higher level, but I saw what you could do at these levels, and I didn't want to max out yet, so... But for now, it's very good. Go ahead and Sage Stone, and let's see... I think we need multi-heal for this time, so you go ahead and attack. Because Sage Stone wasn't going to cover that. Alright, kaboom. Sage Stone can cover. Okay, we're good. So, Sage Stone, you can just attack and... Oh, I did not mean multi-heal. Damn it. That was my bad. I forgot to that it memorizes where I go, and I thought I was still on... Ooh, nice crit. I was still on, something else. And bounces back up, so Sloth can't help contribute with the damage yet. He will eventually. I'm going to bank on him being slow, so I'm just going to go ahead and Sage Stone. You're going to attack, and you're going to cold breath. Yeah. If Snowy didn't have multi-heal, I would, but one of the others did, Snowy would be definitely the main damager here. You can go ahead and heal. I'm going to actually have you spot heal Snowy, so Snowy can just go ahead and attack. Because the Sage Stone should be enough. There we go. Probably going to have to multi-heal this time. Yeah, some people are sometimes resisting it. That's kind of interesting. Not completely, but some. Yeah, you got to keep your Sage Stone going. I'm going to actually have you... Yeah, go ahead and spot heal again. Go spot heal Sloth because he's in more danger. But yeah, I just love having cold breath. That is so nice. If I had leveled up Great Dragon a lot more when I did the run where, well, the one that actually had Great Dragon in it, we would have been doing some major damage, but I didn't max them out, so... Anyway, this is time for double healing, so you're going to actually just go ahead and do that, and you're going to multi-heal. Yeah, sometimes you really do need to multi-heal, so, yep. Alright, this is going to hurt, and we're going to need to multi-heal again. One thing you might notice is I don't have the Yigdu, and that's because I forgot to replace it. And I didn't feel like backing out of the dungeon again. We don't need it, but it definitely would have helped here. I hope he could boom so Snowy can get some MP back. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go ahead and Elfin Elixir. Oh, another Fire Breath. This sucks. Ooh, that's tough. Alright, Sage Stone. I think I'm going to have you spot heal Frosty, because, ooh, we want to keep him up. Very good. I was more worried if Sloth ended up getting outsped. Alright, that's not too bad. Alright, you're going to Sage Stone, you are going to heal Sloth, and you're going to cold breath. Okay, good. Sloth is in mostly safe range unless he double attacks, which I don't think Nimzo does. Okay, that's not too bad. You frizzled the right person there. You're going to attack this time, and you need to multi-heal. I only have one more multi-heal in... Snowy only has one more multi-heal before she needs to get some MP. Unless you kaboom? Nah. Alright, you're gonna heal. You're gonna spot heal yourself, and you're gonna cold breath. God, I love that. Ooh, and hey, Frosty's getting some high range in his attack there. Good job. You might notice the range is pretty high, and that's because of the multiplier. So, because if it's like, you know, if he's doing between 60 and 90 regular damage, then the multiplier is going to multiply it by even more. So, anyway, you're going to Sage Stone. You are going to spot heal Sloth, so we can keep cold breathing. I might not have explained that very well, but I'm not really great at math, so it's just the way the range works when you have a multiplier on it. And you can actually attack, and you can cold breath. Nice! It's very good damage, and I'm loving it. Are we in phase 2 yet? Meditate phase? Actually, we might be out of... maybe close to out of that already. You can Sage Stone, attack. I'm gonna risk it and go cold breath. There we go, because we should be fine. Okay, now we are in meditate phase now. Alright, you're gonna keep Sage Stoning. Actually, Crackle does better damage right now. So you're going to spot heal whoever has the lowest, which is Snowy. And Snowy's going to cold breath. We need to kind of rush him down because he's in meditate phase. So we want to have the best damage output. When they're susceptible to Crackle can be very useful. I got a multi-heal Sage Stone. Damn. Alright. You just go ahead and keep attacking then. I meant to multi-heal. God damn it. We should be okay, but Sloth might go down. Okay, we're fine. That was my bad. Once again, I thought it was memorizing things, but now we don't need to multi-heal, so okay. I was kind of playing it risky by doing that, though. Unintentionally, but yeah. Ooh, nice. We can all jump in the attack now. Very good, guys. Because he won't use bounce anymore, since he's out of first phase. Ugh, the meditate, though. Alright, you keep attacking, you're going to Sage Stone, you're going to heal yourself, and you're going to Korol Breath. Because that's still pretty good, and that's halfway through a meditate. Okay. Ow. I think Sage Stone should be enough, so I'm going to go ahead and just have Flambe attack instead of helping healing. He'd have to double... We're in... Yes! We're in the right phase, but Frosty went down because of that combo of things. That's okay. I'm going to have you Sage Stone. You are going to revive, and you're going to Korol Breath. Very good. Alright, we're okay. You can... Actually, I'm going to risk it and go Crackle instead. Let's get everybody get damage in. I kind of like this party, though. It's oddly balanced. I mean, there's no reviver spell or anything, but it's still something. You're okay, but you're going to be hurt. Yeah. You attack, Sage Stone. Use this, and you Cold Breath. Sloth might go down, though, but I'm not really very worried. And... Okay. And... No! Oh, wow! Not bad. Alright. I don't have to play this so risky as I've been doing, though. We can actually go ahead and just multi-heal Sage Stone. Because he's not meditating anymore. We're alright. Just slow down on the Flame Breath, please. Thank you. You can heal, you can attack, and you can Cold Breath. Yeah, it's the Flame Breath that does it the worst, and Estark has that too, which I'm, again, not looking forward to, because he could double Flame it. Oh, right, I forgot Frosty getting his defense back when he got revived. Alright, keep attacking, Sage Stone. Yeah, I'm going to say attack and multi-heal. Yeah, Snowy's going to probably have a hard time on Estark, so I probably will be maxing out levels. This is not to say I won't try some lower level stuff first, but I'm probably going to need to. Sage Stone should be enough. I love that damage, though. That is so nice. After getting Cold Breath a bunch on all the other games and challenges, it's nice to be able to spit it back out. You can keep healing. Actually, go ahead and Crackle instead. You do that, and you... There we go. Go ahead, come on. I know we're getting close. I was hoping I was going to finish him off, but nah. That's unfortunate. Ouch. Alright. That was a pretty nasty round, but as you can see, that means Fire Breath is going to be pretty bad on Estark's go. But we should almost be there. Okay, good. Yeah. That's not that big of a deal, but... Alright, that's fine. I'm going to have you Sage Stone, you're going to also self-heal, and you're going to Cold Breath. Sadly, the Cold Breath's not going to... Like I said, I don't think it's going to be... Yes! Available for Estark, though. Not as good as that. But anyway, there you go. That's it for Elemental Party against the Nimzo. All we have left is Estark, and I'll have to figure out how we're going to work that in. Most likely, though, we're going to have to max out some levels, which we're not too far from. So, we'll see. Sloth is probably going to be in the back or close to the back then. Well, that's for me to figure out. For now, I will see you in the next one. Alright guys, we're here against Estark, and this fight actually goes not too bad at all. Thanks to both types of our party members have some sort of resistance to some of the breath. Generally will be okay, and it's just really like Fire Breath that we have to worry about a little, and we also might need to worry about having to use Elfin Elixirs, but that's about it. So, I didn't even level up more, to be honest. So, why don't we take a look-see here. We have... I didn't level up really any extra other than maybe like 1 level along the way. For some people. I did use all the stat seeds though. All the strength seeds went on to Frosty, so they now have 191 strength, and they're going to be our main attacker. They're going to just be attacking. They really don't have any other reason to do anything else other than just attack. Other than if we need to use an Elfin Elixir or a Yiggleaf, and they're the best choice for it, which they most likely are not going to be. So, there's that at least. Next up is Flambe. I put Flambe in the second because I gave them, I think they gave them the Resilient Siege, right? Yes, I did. You can tell by the difference between them, how Frosty has a lot more strength, while this one has a lot more resilience. I also gave Flambe the Meteorite Bracer for reasons I'll be showing off in a moment, though. But yeah, that's their kind of their differences here. She's still going to be a pretty good attacker, but she'll also be doing the support role a little. Then we have Sloth, who's going to be pure support. I didn't give him any seeds. I didn't end up nearly needing to. He'll be only just using the Sage Stone and maybe using an Elfin Elixir if he can get away with it, or Yiggleaf if needed. But that's it. That's all he's going to be doing. And he's still, again, he's usable though. And last is Snowy. Snowy's going to be doing a mix of things, but mostly multi-heal's her most important part in this. I gave her my the rest of my MP seeds, which is just 1, and I think I gave her the rest of my life seeds. Yeah, because she has more health than Sloth. Sloth technically should be in the back, but I'd rather keep her in the back because I'd rather him go down than her. She's a little more important, slightly more important. They're all generally going to be helping though. And as you can see, her natural agility is pretty good anyway. I gave her the rest of my agility seeds too. So to make sure that she can at least be outpacing the boss. That's the main thing we need her to do so that she can multi-heal, but she doesn't need to be first. So that's what we have for our stats. Now let's go looking over our items. Blizzard Blade, it does more damage than the Metal King Sword. I was just testing it out, which is why the Metal King Sword's there. So, yeah. Go with the Blizzard Blade. Silver Shield for the protection, for fire. Metal King Helm because there's nothing else special that a helmet does other than defense, so go for the best. And Sacred Armor because it, again, acts like a bit of resistance when it heals at the end of the round. So, and of course some Elfin Elixirs, Yiggleaves, and I chose one of the Rebirth Stones to give to him because I want to keep him in as long as possible. So, there you go. Now for Flambe, Flambe's going to be the War Drum user, which is why we have the Meteorite Bracer on her. Her equipment is the same as last time, it's the best we can give her. And she also has a Staff of Salvation to do spot healing if necessary. Hopefully she shouldn't need to though. An Elfin Elixir of course, and some Yiggleaves. Sloth, well, he does have a Spike Steel Whip, but mostly going to be Sage Stoning it. He's slow, he's rarely going to be, well, half and half he's going to be outspeeding Estark. It depends the round. His agility is very middling. And of course an Elfin Elixir and some Yiggleaves too. As for Snowy's got their best stuff on already. The Elfin Charm honestly doesn't need to be here, but it's whatever at this point. Staff of Salvation for spot healing, but will be also actively attacking too. Elfin Elixirs and Yiggleaves as usual, and the other Rebirth Stone goes to her. It makes the most sense. I'm kind of glad I didn't have to max people out, even though I'm tempted to do it just to see what their stats are at the end and all, but I already ruined them with a bunch of stat seeds anyway, so no reason to do that. So anyway, that's it for setup. Let's just jump right in. Let's see, do we disturb his sleep? Of course we do. We want to destroy you, but we know it won't actually destroy you. But go ahead and do your stretches. There you go. Because it's bonus boss time against Estark. Alright, so Frosty's going to do the attack strat, because that's all he needs to do. Flambe, she's going to use the War Drum. Preemptively, Sloth is going to use the Sage Stone. And Snowy is going to attack, but just so you know, Cold Breath does about the same amount of damage that she does with her regular attack. I like to just regular attack because it's one, it's similar damage, but two, chance for a crit. You may as well go for it. I think it's slightly less average damage than the Cold Breath. Because Cold Breath does about 110-ish damage on average. And that was the high end of Snowy's attack there. Oh, good. You attack, War Drum, keep Sage Stoning and attack. The reason I didn't give Snowy the War Drum, one, I don't want to have a healer having to multi-focus like that, so I rather just have them do this. I don't remember if they Disruptive Wave, so I'm going to have you just self-heal. And let's find out real quick. Okay, they did Disruptive Wave. Not a big deal that I missed it. But anyway, yeah, I'd rather not have the healer do having to worry about needing to drum as well. So that's why I have it set up this way. And also, again, Snowy has a chance to crit. Flambe does not because she has a whip. She still hits harder, though, but she just doesn't have the chance to crit, and I don't like that as much. Yes, double Cold Breath is good. Because you can just go ahead and heal yourself, Sage Stone, and the other two can just attack. Frosty obviously is going to be doing some very good, nice damage here. That's okay. Just go ahead and attack, and Sage Stone attack. I think we can get it with the Sage Stone. Flambe might go down, though, if we're a little unlucky with double Cold Breath, but that's okay. Alright. This time, only Frosty is going to be attacking, because the other two need to heal, and one needs to War Drum. So we're going to go ahead and Salvation. There you go. So yeah, sometimes Sloth is faster, and sometimes he's slower, and it usually seems to work out. Alright, one Fire Breath means we must multi-heal. Almost always. Unless Sloth is slow enough that he gets a Sage Stone in afterwards. So, use your items, and now we need to multi-heal. I like this party, though. It's mostly pretty balanced. Well, especially when you get the right items for everybody. Another Flame Breath. And a Cold Breath. Well, the multi-heal will be useful all the way. We probably could get away with just a Sage Stone, but I don't want to risk it. And we're not using any Absorb Magic strats because of the constant Disruptive Waving, and having to put Absorb Magic up each time is too much. Ooh, nice. Attack, attack, Sage Stone, attack. Because I don't think, yeah, he didn't Disruptive Wave. Every now and then I miss what it is. Also, I think, is Snowy doing more damage? I can't tell. No, it was Snowy who did less. Okay. Alright, we got Disruptive Wave, so you gotta do that. But we can get away with just attacking this time. Very good. Yeah, Flambe does better damage than Snowy. Okay. I wanted to make sure I wasn't looking at this wrong. The Frizzle, Alright. We didn't get Disruptive Waved. You can Sage Stone, and you're gonna have to Salvation yourself. Okay, nice. Alright. Sage Stone can cover Kaboom? Should be able to? It's a double Kaboom, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna... Nah, let's not risk it. Bad idea. Kaboom hurts the other three pretty decently. Alright. Double Cold Breath is fine. Because majority of us don't care. Now you can keep attacking. And you're going to Salvation Flambe. There you go. And we have a Sage Stone late here, so even if he doesn't AoE, yep, that's okay. Everyone else is just generally fine. Go ahead and drum. Keep the Sage Stone going, and I'm going to go ahead and just spot heal Flambe just because we want to keep her up. Yeah, Frosty's going to be carrying most of the damage. Alright, that hurt. You two can attack, Sage Stone, and Salvation Frosty this time. Yeah, don't count out your free item healings, guys, because it can... Ooh! Flambe's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. But yeah, don't count out the free healing ever. Yeah, we're going to have to we have to have the 3 people heal up on Flambe there. Because even then, she's not at full, but at least she's surviving. Don't cold again? Okay, we're good. Alright, you two can now attack Sage Stone and Salvation. But yeah, we do have to constantly heal, though. It would be, of course, better if we had someone omni-healing, but, well, we don't have that. Okay, he has the Rebirth Stone, so I think I'm going to play this risky. And just attack with everyone else. Okay. And, okay. And that's fine. He just Disruptive Wave too, so that's kind of fresh too. That's nice. Yeah, use what you got. Yeah, you could just attack. So far, no needing the Elfin Elixir. We have 2 more multi-heals in us. Ah, I was hoping he'd hit Flambe, because Flambe doesn't care about fire. But we're still doing very well here. He's honestly being a little, knock on wood, he's being generous with his Flame Breath. Oh yeah, and he just screwed up there, big time. You know what? Sloth, get 1 attack in. Your Crackle is actually decent. And there we go. That's okay. That's why I'm glad I didn't have him attack. He's too slow. And now we need to multi-heal. Yeah, that's okay. That did decent damage. I just wanted to let him get an attack in. So you Drum, Sage Stone, and multi-heal. We probably could get away with just the Sage Stone, but again, we're being careful. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna multi-heal again. It's the last one that I could do. We didn't get Disruptive Wave, right? I can't remember. My mind sometimes races as I'm commentating here. Yeah, we're okay. Yeah, multi-heal just to get more health on Frosty. Alright, Flambe's gonna be in a little bit of pain. Still don't think we got Disruptive, right? By all means, if you're yelling at me from the comments, that's fine. Ah, you missed! Alright, now it's a multi-heal time. If he attacked, Frosty might have went down. One thing we're lacking on is a little bit of physical defense. We have decent physical defense. We just don't have great physical defense. Still no Disruptive Wave. Let's go ahead and multi... Oh, I forgot. Yep, I wasn't paying attention. Alright, we're gonna have to play it risky now. Okay. And that's not too bad. We got lucky. Still good. I'm just getting myself ready to do so if I need to. Flambe should survive. But yeah, if he double attacked anybody in a single round, very likely they'd go down. Frosty might be the exception, because he has the best defense. I think we got Disruptive Waved. Yes, I was right! Seriously, my memory's going sometimes because I'm focusing so much on our HP. Yeah, okay, so Frosty could survive the double physical attack. You can attack, Sage Stone, and attack. Nice! And that's it. Now, my test run, I was able to do this in 30 turns, so why don't we take a quick look. How many turns was this? 29! Oh, hey! Probably because we played it a little risky and used up the Rebirth Stone. I didn't have to use up any Rebirth Stones or Yiggleaves last time I tested this. But, awesome! That's it for this group, that's for sure. So, thoughts on this? Well, the party was actually pretty well balanced. I'm not sure if we got lucky with some of the bosses, like Ladja probably could have been worse with the Burning Breath. Oh, I got hiccups now, of course. Right at the end, at least. But anyway, Ladja might have been worse if he did Burning Breath more, but for the most part, we had managed to get through. Nimzo was pretty good because everyone got a good chance to be useful. Everyone in this party is actually usable till the end. Now, Powie Yowie is definitely outclassed, but you know, like, for a beginner recruit, he's excellent. He did very well. He's very durable, and he had decent attack until I got rid of the Gringham Whip, and even with the Gringham Whip, he'd only be doing a little bit more, you know? Like, let's see, by how much more? Yeah, 40 more? It's not enough. So, like, but he still has good crackle, which is, as we saw, situationally still useful. It at least does some decent, okay damage on the last two bosses here, at least in the second phase of Nimzo, and okay damage here on Estark. But he definitely plays the role of a slow Sage Stone user very well, similar to the Hades Helm. He's also got very great resistances, and his equipment choices are solid. They could be better, but they're solid. So honestly, I would say, like, you know, he's one of those people that if you wanted to bring on a regular run with you, he's okay. He's suitable. You know? I mean, there's better, but he's good. Now, Flambe and Frosty, that's the thing. Frosty is a really good attacker, and that's about it. I mean, they have some ice spells and some ice... They only have Crackle. That's the highest spell damage that they can do. They have some snooze spells, which are okay. Whack, and that's it. They don't get thwack. It's there. I'm not a big fan of death spells, though. That's my personal preference. And eventually, if I let him level up one more time, he'd also get Freezing Blizzard, just like Slothier has. But that's it, though. He's just a pure attacker, so he's a solid attacker. Like, if you get him, and you can use him. But he's definitely not one to gun for, I would say. There's better options, though. Like, Samagina, I feel like, is a better option than a Blizzybody, because Samagina at least has Frizzle and has the same equipment choices, if I remember right. And I think also better resistances, like completely immune to death and paralyze. So, that's my opinion. But, you know, Blizzybodies are still good. Now, as for Flambe, they have a lesser equipment sort, but they still are decent attackers. Like, they're a good whip user for attacking. And I find Inferno to be a little more useful than Freezing Blizzard. I feel like, I don't know, because it's basically like a free Dragon Staff in a way. And Burning Breath came in useful for a couple times in wild battles, so I would say that, you know, a Flamethrower kind of ranks similar to Blizzybody. Hey, if you recruit them, you can take them all the way. There's better, but they're good. They're still good, you know? If I was tier ranking them now, they'd probably be in the mid-tier type of thing. Eventually, though, that tier list will be coming after I go through everybody at least once. And the list may change as I test out different methods with everybody and all, but still, solid person. Now, as for Snowy, Snowy's a little hard to actually recruit. You get them late, but if you build them up, they are solid. I mean, you saw they have pretty good damage. Not having a shield is actually not as big of a detriment as I thought. They get pretty good natural resilience. Their MP is the only place where they suffer, honestly. So, like, if they're your only multi-healer, that kind of will, well, suck. But, you know, they're still usable, and if you don't mind using Elfin Elixirs, they're not bad. They could be an okay attacker. They're slightly better than Sloth, at least. And Cold Breath, it still remains useful, so even if you don't want to use her as a attacker, Cold Breath still does very well, and she gets it before maxing out her level, too, so it's not too bad. You still have to grind a little bit for it, though, because I definitely did have to grind for it a little before Nimzo. So it all depends your taste, but again, I'd say everyone here is usable, but no one here is like, oh my god, the best. They just make a good team. That's about it, and I'm kind of glad how I made them. I was honestly worried that not having anyone completely immune to resilience to paralyze was going to be an issue, but either I got lucky or their semi-resistance to it helped, because every single one of them has at least a tiny bit. Well, that does it for Monster Party 10. 10? Is this 10? Yeah, this is 10. I am trying to make sure I'm keeping track here. I'm not sure what I'll be doing for the next Monster Party, because I never am, but we'll see how it goes, though, I guess. Hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.